Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball. And it is game number 8 on the season for the SaberCats. And a special morning edition here. It is spring break in the Scottsdale School District, so a morning game as Saguaro hosts the Arcadia Titans. Arcadia comes in with a 5-1 record after winning their first 5 to start the season. Saguaro now sits at 5-2 after their win on Saturday over Gilbert. And Brendan Satran is the leadoff hitter for Arcadia. He's taken 3 straight outside of the strike zone. And Allenn Madsen, the starter today for Saguaro, the 3-0 pitch. And that'll miss, and it's a 4-pitch walk to start the baseball game as Satran goes to first base, and the batter is Max Schumann.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 5. Max Schumann.
Satran over at first base, and he's a guy you got to watch. He likes to run and does so very successfully for the Titans. Has been limited in the first 2 weeks of play, though, just 5 at-bats and only a couple of stolen bases, 2 for 2, though. And Madsen trying to get out in front of Schumann, and he's out in front of the pitch and fouls it off on the first base side for strike 1. So Satran, the leadoff hitter in center field. Schumann catches. Caleb McKinnon bats third at second base. Drew Butler, the third baseman, hits fourth. Michael Roberts, the shortstop, is fifth. The number 6 hitter is the first baseman, Michael Scannell. Preston McLean is the DH. He bats seventh. Gary Cornish in right field hits eighth. And rounding out the order in left field is Alex Reynolds. A step and a throw to first and the runner back. Another throw over, that one a little bit closer, but again, the runner back. The runner goes, and the 1-strike pitch is inside. The throw to second base will not be in time, and it's a stolen base. We talked about this a little bit, maybe it was on Saturday, but you get that left-hander up there, and you got to go on that first move if you're going to go, and typically if you guess right, you're going to get a pretty good jump. Satran with good speed gets into second base on the steal. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's popped up third base side in foul territory. And that'll get just into the SaberCat dugout. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So Allenn Madsen starts today for the SaberCats, 2-0 on the season. And his battery mate is Shane Stansbury. Reed Austin plays first base. Turner Lace is at second. John Nimtz starts at third base, and Matt Morris is the shortstop. And the SaberCat outfield of Austin Anderson left, Zach Gibbons in center, and Chris Akmon in right field. The 1-2 pitch. And that's over for strike 3, and that'll do it as Schumann is the first out of the first inning. I think the plate umpire lost the count there. Not very animated for a strike 3 call. So now 1 on and 1 out for McKinnon, the second baseman. First one to Caleb is low for ball 1. Madsen then 2-0 on the season, a 3.23 earned run average. He's thrown 13 innings for Saguaro. Has surrendered 9 base hits plus 5 walks. That ball down in the dirt and off the glove of Stansbury, and going to third on the play is Satran. Count now 2-0 on McKinnon. In those 13 innings for Madsen, 12 strikeouts, 2 hit batters, and a wild pitch. And that's another one there as the runner moves up to third base. And now the 2-0 pitch. And a ground ball out towards second will get the run in. Ball picked up and thrown on to first base. McKinnon with an RBI ground out, and the Titans are on the board in the top of the first inning. And now the batter is Drew Butler.
Arcadia, number 18, Drew Butler.
Yeah, that first one to Butler over for a strike. As mentioned, Arcadia won their first 5 to start the season. The one common opponent between the two teams here in the early going, Seton, as Arcadia beat the Sentinels 4-1. Pitch to Butler, a strike. But they lost their most recent game. That was to Sunny Slope, a loss by a score of 3-1. Breaking ball is low, and it's 1-2. The run for Arcadia in the top of the first inning. Butler batting with the bases empty and 2 outs and the 1-2 pitch. And that's lifted into center field. Gibbons over to his left, shields his eyes, and makes the catch, and the side is retired. A leadoff walk hurts the SaberCats as Santran works around the bases and scores a run. And after having a play, it's Arcadia 1 and Saguaro coming up. Austin Anderson leads things off for Saguaro in the bottom of the first inning with a swing and a miss for a strike. Zach Gibbons will bat second. Chris Akmon is third. Reed Austin hits fourth for Saguaro. Then Matt Morris and John Nimtz. As that curveball is over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And then the bottom third of the order for Saguaro of Turner Lace. Daniel Akmon bats eighth as the DH, and then Shane Stansbury. 0-2 on Austin Anderson. Andrew Naderer gets the start today for Arcadia. One of the top pitchers in the state, more than likely by the time this season is over, and he gets a comebacker from Anderson. So a 1-3 ground out starts the SaberCat first inning, and the batter is Zach Gibbons. And a fastball from Naderer outside for ball one. Naderer 1-0 on the season, an ERA under 1, 0.88. Next pitch a ball, and it's 2-0. In 8 innings for Naderer, 7 hits allowed, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Making his third appearance of the season, as that one is a ball, and it's 3-0.
Woo! One hell of a miss, Andrew.
Already questions coming from the Arcadia dugout about the location of that last pitch and why it was called a ball, as that one is over for a strike. 3-1 on Gibbons. 1 out and the base is empty. Bottom of the first inning. SaberCats trailing Arcadia 1-0.
There you go.
And Gibbons laid off.
Wow. Feel back. Feel that. Oh.
And umpire says he did not go around, and so it is ball 4.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 24, right fielder Chris Akmon.
Ken Rudolph, the longtime head coach at Arcadia, already kind of pacing around over there as he came out to the railing on the pitch that was called ball 3, and then started to come up again just a second ago. Now he's back leaning against the fence over there. Well, now that pitch to Akmon is called a strike. So Chris Akmon batting third here for the SaberCats with a runner at first and 1 away. The 1-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of the pitch there, and it's 0-2. Look at the runner at first base. Naderer steps and throws easy over to first, and Gibbons is back standing. As a base runner, you have to kind of decide what you're going to do, based on what you're asked to do, I suppose. And a swing and a miss, and Akmon strikes out on 3 pitches. So now 2 away. And the batter is Reed Austin. But as a base runner over there, you kind of work that one-way lead if you're not going anywhere. Put a lot of weight on your left foot, and your first move, based on any movement from the pitcher, the first thing you do is kind of lean back and maybe step back toward first base. Naderer sets, and his first one to Austin swung on and fouled off, and it's strike 1. The defense for Arcadia: Reynolds, Satran, and Cornish in the outfield. Butler, Roberts, McKinnon, and Scannell in the infield, third to first, and Schumann catching for Andrew Naderer. That's hit hard and back up the middle and into center field. And Gibbons will stop at second base. Austin aboard at first with the first hit of the ball game for Saguaro. And the batter is Matt Morris.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 6, shortstop, Matt Morris.
So Morris will try to keep it going here with 2 outs in the inning and move that runner around from second base. Naderer steps off, and he wants a new set of signs here, I think, from Schumann. Now the set as he looks back to second base, and the first pitch is a curveball, and that's over for a strike. Figured probably no way that Morris was guessing curveball on the first pitch of the at-bat, and now the 0-1. That's a fastball and it misses way outside. Schumann had to reach way across his body to keep that one from going to the backstop. So the count moves to a ball and a strike. 2 aboard and 2 out. Bottom of the first inning. SaberCats trailing Arcadia 1-0. The 1-1. And maybe a changeup there, and it's swung on and missed by Morris, and the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Go get him, guys.
The 1-2 as the runners take off. The pitch is outside and no throw. And so that'll move another runner into scoring position as the count goes to 2-2. So the SaberCats with a double steal. And now if Morris can put the ball in play for a base hit, SaberCats have a chance to plate a couple. The 2-2. And there it is, and a line drive over the shortstop's glove and into left center, and the SaberCats will bring in 2 runs. Big base hit there for Matt Morris, and the SaberCats take a 2-1 lead. Well, I almost called that one a little bit too early, as when it came off the bat, I thought for sure it was in the outfield, and then Roberts ended up being pretty close to the ball out there, but it got over his glove.
Saguaro, number 5, third baseman John Nimtz.
SaberCats fight right back in the bottom of the first inning, get a couple of runs on a 2-out, 2-run single for Matt Morris. And now John Nimtz takes ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch with the runner going, the pitch high and outside, and the throw to second base is late. That'll get away, and Morris thought about it but couldn't go as he was sliding there head first, and he might have gotten hit with that ball on the way in there, and so he was content to stay at second base. So 2-0 the count now on Nimtz. Schumann wasn't able to come up with that ball clean anyway as he saw that runner go, and then I don't know if he didn't have a grip on the ball, but it was a pump before he could throw it down to second base. Now the 2-0. And Nimtz swinging and fouls it off, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Titans, I think, still kind of wondering a little bit about the strike zone here in the bottom of the first inning, trying to get it worked out. And that pitch fouled out of play on the first base side, and the count goes to 2-2. Morris at second base with 2 outs, 2 runs in for the SaberCats at the bottom of the first inning, and they lead Arcadia 2-1. Naderer with the set of the pitch, and that's outside, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Turner Lace next for the SaberCats. Naderer sets, and it's 3-2. And that's a line drive back up the middle and into center field. Morris going to be waved around third. Here comes the throw from Satran. It's late. And it's another run for the SaberCats, an RBI single from John Nimtz. And it's 3-1 Saguaro. And as that throw comes plateward, Nimtz with a good base running play. Once he knows that's going to get over the cutoff man, he takes off and gets himself into scoring position. So he trades places with Morris.
Second baseman Turner Lace.
And the batter is Turner Lace. Boy, Naderer came in with a 0.88 earned run average through just 8 innings. He threw 7 innings of 1-run baseball against Seton back on the 1st of March. but he is tagged for 3 runs so far here in 2/3 of an inning. As the pitch to Lace is on the outside corner, a strike. Give the SaberCats credit here to jump on him early as that pitch is fouled off, and it's 0-2, and that's after Arcadia had scored a run in the top of the first inning, but they get on him early here in the bottom of the first inning for 3 runs. And against a pitcher like this, you come back into the dugout once an inning is over, and you think that might be all we get.
Come on, boys.
The 0-2. And a breaking ball. That's swung on, but it gets away off the glove of Schumann. And Lace will get to first base. So a strikeout, but a passed ball. And Nimtz to third and Lace to first. And Schumann is out to talk to Naderer. The batter will be Daniel Akmon.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 14, designated hitter Daniel Akmon.
Now another chance here for the SaberCats to kind of steal a run, because that should have been the final out of the inning. But instead the inning is prolonged, and now Saguaro, you want to get a little greedy here and get that runner in from third base, as the first one to Akmon is a fastball outside for ball 1. Akmon, the 8th hitter to come to the plate in the inning for the SaberCats. Now the outside corner is called, and it's 1-1. 3-1 Saguaro in the bottom of the first inning. Naderer looks to first and delivers, and that's a ground ball into the right side. Sliding over to pick it up there. That's a good play and a run-saving play by the second baseman, Caleb McKinnon, as he fields the ground ball and throws out Akmon at first base. But the SaberCats get 3 runs, and they do it on 3 straight singles. And they leave 2 runners on base after 1 inning of play. It's Saguaro 3 and Arcadia 1. Michael Roberts, the shortstop, starts things off for Arcadia in the top of the second inning and takes high and outside for ball 1. Roberts, Scannell, and McLean for Arcadia. Yeah, that pitch on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1. That's outside. 2 balls and a strike. And a big boost for the SaberCats here after Madsen walked the leadoff hitter in the first inning, and the Titans manufacture a run, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and then an RBI ground out. And then his team comes back and gets him 3 in the bottom of the first inning, as that pitch is inside, 3-1. And now a ground ball, first base side. That's picked up by Austin, and then this throw behind. Madsen covering, and the ball goes all the way almost to the backstop.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 11.
So an E3. And so Roberts at second for Michael Scannell, the first baseman for the Titans. And that pitch off of Stansbury, and that'll go to the backstop. So a pass ball moves Roberts to third.
Hey, get the batter now, huh?
We kind of look at that last play as maybe an opportunity for a little bit of instruction. Austin does a good job to get over to the ball on the backhand. As Scannell swings and misses, and it's 1-1, and then, you know, maybe rush the throw a little bit. Probably had a little bit of time to make sure he caught Madsen in stride. Stansbury, the catcher, did the right thing as that ball is off the glove, but no runner coming. Pitch was outside, and it's 2-1. Stansbury did the right thing in that he went down the line to back it up. But it's one of those where you can't take it for granted and just run down there because you're supposed to. It's more about getting the angle and making sure that you're in the right spot in case there is a bad throw. And in that case, the throw missed Madsen, and Stansbury had kind of overrun the angle there. And so it was behind him and went, again, almost all the way to the backstop. And so not only does that allow Roberts to reach base, but allows him to go to second base. The 2-2. High pop-up, and that's in the infield. Morris, the shortstop, in front of the second base bag, and he drops it off the heel of the glove. Not typical Saguaro baseball from what we've seen in the last year plus here in the early going. And, you know, two things in that situation is we get a timeout of the SaberCat infield will meet. As far as the communication goes, the shortstop is the kind of the captain of the infield, so he's going to call off anybody in the infield. But the other thing about it is it's, you know, probably better his play anyway based on the sunshine. It's probably a harder play for the second baseman, Lace. And so Morris called it off. Coach Dunleavy's shaking his head in front of me, so I must be wrong. But it looked to me like it, you know, was Morris's play the whole way. As the pitch is outside to Preston McLean, and it's ball one. Runners at the corners and nobody out for the Titans here in the top of the second inning. We'll get his take on it between innings, and then I'll relay it to you. A swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike.
Come on, P-Dog. Come on, 8. Come on, Preston.
Madsen sets, checks the runner at first in the pitch. And it's a little bit low, and it's 2-1. 2 errors and a pass ball in the inning for the SaberCats. Give Arcadia life here in the top of the second inning. Now a snap throw to first, but the runner is back. Scannell 1 for 1 in steals on the season over there at first base. The stats we have for Arcadia through 5 of their 6 games. So, you know, we're a game off, but it still gives you an idea where everybody's at coming into play today for Arcadia. 2-2 on McLean. Gary Cornish, the right fielder, next for the Titans. And a swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Madsen and the SaberCats. Now you're thinking a strikeout and a ground ball double play gets you out of the inning without giving up a run.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 1, Gary Cornish.
I mentioned Madsen 2-0 on the season. His last appearance was Friday at Seton. In relief, 4 innings pitched, no hits allowed, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. But he really held Saguaro in that ball game there as Seton had come out and scored 5 runs in the first inning against the Saguaro starter. And then all Madsen did was come in and just put up zeros while the SaberCat offense got going, including back-to-back 7-inning runs. And there's the ground ball to short. Morris will flip to second to throw on to first base, and it's not in time. They got the ground ball, but it wasn't hit quite hard enough for the SaberCats to be able to turn it. Morris got rid of it quickly, and Lace turned it fast, but Cornish knew he had to stay out of the double play, so he was hustling down the line. It'll be an RBI fielder's choice as Arcadia scores to make it 3-2. And now a runner at first with 2 outs for Alex Reynolds. First one fouled back for strike 1. Reynolds, a 182 hitter coming into today's play, again based on 5 of the 6 games anyway, 2 for 11 with a double and a couple of RBI. The runner takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base, and a little bit late out there, so a steal for Cornish, his first stolen base of the year. But the pitch was a strike to Reynolds, and now is where you really want to bear down and make sure you finish this number 9 hitter. It's not that you don't want to worry about that runner at second base, but you've Want to make sure most of that focus stays on that hitter, and pitches inside and maybe low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Brendan Satran, the leadoff hitter, awaits on deck for the Titans, and Madsen sure wants to leave him there and face him to start the third. 3-2 SaberCats. The 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and Reynolds strikes out, and that ends the inning. Arcadia gets an unearned run in the second inning without a base hit. There were 2 SaberCat errors and a runner left on base after an inning and a half. The Titans trail Saguaro 3-2. Nine, 1, and 2 in the order, and Shane Stansbury going to lay down a bunt, and Naderer picks it up and throws on to first base, and that is in plenty of time there.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 21, left fielder Austin Anderson.
So 1 pitch and an out for the SaberCats here in the second inning, and the batter is Austin Anderson. Anderson comes in to today's ball game batting an even .500. 14 of 28 coming into the game with a double and 5 RBI. He grounded out his first time up in the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball to the right side. Easy hop for the second baseman McKinnon on to first base. 3 pitches and 2 outs here in the second inning. And the batter is Zach Gibbons. Gibbons batting .520 for the SaberCats coming into the ball game today. 13 hits and 25 at-bats, 4 doubles, a homer, and 7 knocked in. He walked, stole a base, and scored his first time up. First one nowhere close for ball 1. Interesting there. 3 pitches to get 2 outs. Figure maybe Gibbons would take a pitch or 2 to try to prolong the inning some, and Naderer does not go after him on that first pitch, and now misses with a second, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball and a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Chris Akmon next for the SaberCats. As a team, Saguaro batting .407, 59 RBI in their first 7 games. As that pitch is a strike, and it's 2-2.
One more we hit, guys. One more we hit. Here we go.
3-2 Saguaro. SaberCats batting in the bottom of the second. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's fouled off. We stay at 2-2 on Zach Gibbons. Now the wind and the 2-2.
There you go.
The fastball is outside, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Naderer with the 3-2 pitch. And a chopper. Roberts has to come get it. Gets it on the high hop and throws to first base. And it is in time. 3 straight ground ball outs in the second inning. And after 2, Saguaro leads Arcadia by a score of 3-2. Top of the order for Arcadia in the third inning, and Allen Madsen starts Brendan Satran with a fastball outside and high for ball 1. Satran, Schumann, and McKinnon for the Titans in the third. Next one outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Satran with a walk, a steal, and a run scored in the first inning. Now the 2-0. And a swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and a strike. And Madsen, the left-hander, back to it. The 2-1. Satran lays off. And on the appeal, Satran did not go around. It's 3-1.
Come on, Brendan.
Madsen shaking off his sign, now has the one he wants in the 3-1 pitch. And that's outside or low for ball 4. Zatran was batting just 200, 1 for 5 in the season. But that's a second walk in a row to the leadoff hitter for Arcadia. And again, that's a guy you really want to keep off the bases based on his speed. And a ground ball foul off the bat of Max Schumann, who was called out on strikes his first time up. He came in the top hitter on the club, batting .524, 11 hits and 21 at-bats. So now an even .500, 11 of 22. 4 doubles and 2 home runs. He's knocked in 7. And a pop-up in the infield. This one right at Morris. And Matt will put it away for the first out here in the 3rd inning. And there's one down for Caleb McKinnon.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 17, Caleb McKinnon.
Runner at first base as Madsen sets. Got to figure they're going to put Zatran in motion here early. The first pitch to McKinnon, though, is over for a strike. Caleb batting .316 with 2 doubles and 5 RBI. He got another RBI and a ground out in the 1st inning. The 1 strike. The runner goes. The ball hit pretty well and out to right field. Akmon there. He's got it. And now they got a chance to double up the runner at first base. The throw in. And safe the call at first base. Zatran had to hurry there as he got a step or 2 around the bag at second. Akmon got to the fly ball and got it in a hurry. Zatran able to stay out of the double play on that fly ball. So 2 away with the runner at first, and the batter is Drew Butler. Butler came in hitting .444, 8 of 18 as a throw goes to first, and Zatran is back standing. 3 doubles, a homer, and 8 RBI. He had a fly ball to Gibbons to end the 1st inning for the Titans. 3-2 Saguaro. Arcadia batting in the top of the 3rd, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Madsen with the pitch, and that's at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. And the runner goes, and the ball fouled off the backstop, and it's 1-2. Titans has a team batting .323, 84 points lower than the SaberCats. The pitch is high, and it's 2-2. Check the runner. It's a short lead over there at first, and a fly ball hit down the right field line. It's in foul territory, and Akmon won't get to it. Count stays at 2-2. Runner at first base and 2 outs. Madsen trying to get out of the 3rd inning here without giving up a run. He gave up single runs in the 1st and the 2nd. Saguaro scored 3 times in the bottom of the 1st, went 3 up and 3 down in their half of the 2nd inning. A 2-2, it's outside, and then they throw to first base, and a mistake there. No reason really to throw that baseball, and a throwing error will move the runner into scoring position, and now a single can tie the ball game. Third error of the ball game against the SaberCats. And that's a tough one there because you want the kids to be confident. You want them to make plays. But, again, I don't know that there's a reason to throw behind that runner in that situation. I mean, it's different if he gets part way and slips or, falls down or something like that. But just because he's a few steps too far off the bag, it's not a very high percentage play. And again, what it does is it hurts you further, potentially anyway. Now, in this case, Butler walks, and that pushes the runner to second anyway. But as I was saying, you put that runner to second base, and then a base hit scores him. As opposed to, if he's still at first base, it's going to take an extra base hit to bring him in. But the result is the same now after the walk. Second walk of the inning, third walk of the ball game given up by Madsen, and now will face Michael Roberts. And Roberts steps out there and swings and foul tips the first one into the glove of Stansbury. Roberts batting .267 with a double and 2 RBI. Reached on an error and scored his first time up. Madsen with the 0-1. And that's a little bit low. It's a ball and a strike. 2 on and 2 out, top of the third inning. Arcadia trailing Saguaro 3-2. Well, the runner goes, and Madsen going to throw it right over there to third base. So a base running mistake there for Arcadia. Satran guessing, and he guesses wrong as Madsen holds the ball just an extra second longer and then throws him out trying to steal third base. And that will end the inning, so a break there for the SaberCats. No runs, no hits, another Saguaro error, and 1 runner left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Arcadia trails Saguaro 3-2. Chris Akmon leads off for Saguaro in the bottom of the third inning. Takes the first one low for a ball. Chris came in batting .444, 3 doubles and 7 RBI as he fouls that pitch off, and it's 1-1. Struck out his first time up. Trying to get on base to get this inning started for Saguaro, and again, SaberCats 3 up and 3 down in the second inning. Naderer has retired 4 in a row. The 1-1. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Reed Austin and Matt Morris to follow for Saguaro in the bottom of the third. The line and the 2-1. And a high chopper. Naderer is going to come in to get it. He's got it. He'll step and throw to first base, and that's in time by a step or two to get Chris Akmon to start the Saguaro third inning. And it brings up a Reed Austin. Austin came into the ball game batting .409. That's 9 hits and 22 at-bats, 3 doubles, a homer, and 5 RBI. And a curveball to Austin for a strike. Now the 0-1. Pretty good pitch, maybe inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Naderer back to the line of the 1-1 pitch, and a fastball fouled off.
Yeah, so far he has.
1-2 the count on Reed Austin. A single, a steal, and a run his first time up. And a high chopper. Roberts will come in, plays it on the bounce, throws a little bit high, and it pulled the first baseman off the bag. Scannell couldn't reach up and keep the foot on the bag at the same time, so an E6. And now a question, they're asking if the plate umpire can help out there, and I don't know if they really asked for help or not, but the base umpire again says that the runner is safe. So Austin aboard at first, and the batter is Matt Morris. And the first one to Morris on the inside corner, a strike. Matt came into the game batting .417. 4 doubles, 2 homers, a team high 12 knocked in. And he knocked in a couple more in the first inning on a single. And a ground ball, chopper over to third, and that's just outside of the bag for a foul ball. Nothing in 2 on Matt Morris. with the lead over at first base, 1 steal on the season. And the pitch outside and high, and it's 1-2. Now step an easy throw to first base. And ball hit pretty well out to center field, and Allenn just about got over the head of Satrin, but he is back and reaches up to make the catch. Allowed out there for out number 2 in the SaberCat 3rd inning, and the batter is John Nimtz.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 5, third baseman John Nimtz.
Nimtz with an RBI single his first time up. Came in batting .389 with a double and 5 RBI, so that's RBI number 6 on the season. First one at Nimtz misses for a ball. The 1-0 pitch.
There you go.
That's on the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1.
Hey, pound it. Let's go now.
Austin at first base with 2 down. SaberCats leading Arcadia 3-2 as they bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The set from Andrew Naderer. The runner goes. He'll step and throw to first. And then it takes 2 good throws to get him, but not gonna out there at second, so Austin steals the base. That's the one thing about it for a left-hander is if you can get him to hang and then throw to first base, it takes 2 good throws. First from the pitcher to the first baseman, and then a quick relay from the first baseman out to whoever's covering, typically the shortstop. And now a slow ground ball to the right side. McKinnon fields and throws. And the SaberCats cannot score in the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left. Through 3 innings of play, Saguaro still leads Arcadia by a score of 3-2. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Arcadia in the 4th inning. And once again, the first pitch is outside for a ball. Roberts was at the plate with a 1-1 count when Satrin was caught stealing to end the 3rd inning. And a fly ball down the line in right field, and that's foul out of the reach of Reed Austin, the first baseman. And so the count goes to 1-1. So it's Roberts, Scannell, and McLean for Arcadia in the 4th inning, the same trio that started the 2nd inning for the Titans. Arcadia with a run in the 1st and a run in the 2nd. SaberCats got 3 in the bottom of the 1st inning. The 1-1 pitch. And that's foul out of play on the first base side, and the count's 1-2. And the 1-2. And boy, a late call there from the plate umpire as he really waited a second to process that one. And then he rings up Roberts for the strikeout. And there's 1 out in the 4th inning. Now Michael Scannell, the first baseman. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. 4th strikeout for Allenn Madsen, the senior left-hander for the SaberCats. Pitch fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2, and that's punched out down the right field line. And again, a foul ball.
Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael. Hey,
Chris Akmon getting some running in out there in right field as he's had a few into foul territory down there. Another 0-2 pitch. And a breaking ball on the outside corner, a called third strike. And that's back-to-back strikeouts for Madsen in the fourth inning. And it brings up Preston McLean.
Number 8, Preston McLean.
Scannell, by the way, came in batting .462, 3 doubles and 6 RBI. McLean .312 on the season, 5 of 16. 3 doubles, 1 RBI. First one. This is way outside and off the glove of Stansbury for ball 1. 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the fourth inning. Arcadia trailing Saguaro 3-2. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-0 pitch. The knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. An 11 o'clock first pitch here today. That'll give us a chance to get over to another game this afternoon. We'll have Sunrise Mountain Greenway at 3:45 today. Next one inside, and it's 3-1. And now the 3-1 and a ground ball over to third, and that takes a hop and gets over the glove of Nimtz and into left field. Took a big bounce there as McLean reaches, and the batter is Gary Cornish.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 1, Gary Cornish.
Come on, Gary.
Madsen sets, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Cornish batting .273 with a double and 3 RBI. Now the 0-1. And it's a check swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-2. So the 4th SaberCat error of the ball game.
Come on, Garrett. Come on, Garrett.
Check over to first base in the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Madsen strikes out the side in the fourth inning. And he pitches around a 2-out error as Arcadia leaves another runner on. Midway point of the ball game, Arcadia trailing Saguaro by a score of 3-2.
Great pitch, Andrew.
Bottom third of the order for Saguaro in the bottom of the fourth inning as Turner Lace swings and misses for a strike. Lace 7 of 16 coming into the game as he takes outside for a ball. .438 average with a double and 3 RBI. He struck out his first time up, but it reached on a passed ball. The 1-1. And a breaking ball. Misses, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Daniel Akmon and Shane Stansbury to follow for the SaberCats in the fourth inning. And the ball fouled off on the right side. It's out of play, and it's 2-2. When I mentioned this in the first inning, the SaberCats got 3 runs on Andrew Naderer, and you go back into the dugout and you wonder if maybe that's all you're going to get. And his retired 7, make it 6 of the last 7. Breaking ball, and that's tapped foul on the third base side. Saguaro still has to be kind of pleased with where they're at least as far as the scoreboard goes. They have committed 4 errors and also given up 3 walks in the first 4 innings as time is called. And so even with the extra chances for Arcadia, Madsen has been able to pitch out of some trouble, and he's allowed just the 2 runs. As that ball has bounced in there, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another one fouled off. Lace hanging tough. 3-2. And a ground ball out to short. And right under the glove of the shortstop, Roberts. He was over there trying to backhand it. And Lace is aboard. And, you know, maybe that's the right play there, but if you can get to the backhand and you're standing almost flat-footed waiting for the ball to get to you, it makes sense to take one more step and try to get around the ball. That changes your body, puts you a little better momentum. As the first one to Akmon is a called strike. The 0-1. It's outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Akmon stepped out there and then swung the bat, got a piece of it for a foul tip for a strike, and it's 1-2. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Check of the runner in the 2-2. And that's fouled back out of play. Lace aboard at first base on the E6. The 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a fastball. Naderer pumped that one up there a little harder and threw it past Akmon for the strikeout. And there's one away for Shane Stansbury.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 19, catcher Shane Stansbury.
I'm a little bit surprised, and it's not necessarily Saguaro's nature. They're a team that puts up a bunch of big runs, but I'm a little bit surprised to get the leadoff hitter aboard in the bottom of the 4th inning, up 3-2 rather, and maybe a little bit surprised that they're not bunting in that situation. Now the runner goes, the throw a little bit wide. They're going to send it down to second base, and that's in time. And that's what happens there when you don't move that runner. Then you feel like you got to try to get him into scoring position. And Lace is caught stealing.
Hey, we got 2 now.
So if the objective is to get the runner into scoring position, then why not bunt him over there? And now the pitch to Stansbury is strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch bounced in there. 2 balls and a strike. Stansbury batting .385 coming into today's play, a double, a triple, and 3 RBI.
Hey, go get him, Drew. Come on, Nate. Come on, 10. Hey, pound that strike zone.
The 2-1. And a ground ball. That's back up the middle, and that's into center field. And Stansbury with a 2-out base hit. First hit of the day for Stansbury, the 4th for Saguaro. And we'll get a courtesy runner at first base. The first pitch to Austin Anderson over for a strike rather. Dakota Ristad, the runner at first base, running for Stansbury. That one hits Anderson. He had started the swing. And now there'll be a discussion here as Coach Rudolph is coming out of the dugout. Anderson started the swing. And I think that's the question here. You're going to see if the plate umpire will get some help to check on the situation here. And now they do ask for help, but it's one of those situations where if an umpire is 20 feet away from his partner and asks for help, that kind of means I don't want you to overrule me. I got the call. If he really wants help, he's going to walk out there and have a discussion with them and say, did you see something that I didn't see? Now the SaberCats need to try to use this. The runner will go, the throw down, and the ball came out of the glove. Came out of the glove of the third baseman Butler, so a stolen base for Risted. And I believe it was a ball to Gibbons.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know if Risted went on his own there, but he was the only guy that went. Anderson did not follow him, so Austin is still at first base. 3-2 SaberCats, bottom of the fourth inning. And a pitch foul out of play. Gibbons walked in the first and grounded out to in the second. A big run over there at third for Saguaro if they can get him in with 2 outs. And a ground ball, probably not going to do it here. It's picked up and the throw on to first base. McKinnon throws out Gibbons. And the inning is over for Saguaro in the fourth. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 runners left through 4 innings of play. Saguaro still leads Arcadia 3-2. 9-1 and 2 in the order for Arcadia. Top of the 5th inning. Alex Reynolds leads off. He shortens to bunt and takes high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's a fly ball to right center field. And Gibbons calls off Akmon for the catch, and there's one away. And back to the top of the order for Brendan Satran, who has walked both times up. Boy, think back to when these two teams met over at Arcadia. It was back on the 26th of March last year in the spring tournament. Allenn Madsen started that game as the first pitch is a ball. Madsen facing Arcadia. The Titans at that point were 13-4. Saguaro was 17-2-1. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. And Madsen came up big in that one as he no-hit the Titans in 5 innings. Saguaro won it 15-0, but in 5 innings, 12 strikeouts. A swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Gave up just 3 base runners, 2 walks, and a hit batter, but 12 strikeouts through the 5 innings.
Come on, BSAT, let's go now. Come on, 7.
The 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and Satran strikes out.
Get us started, 5. Get us started.
Now batting from Arcadia, number 5, Max Schumann.
Strikeout number 7 for Allenn
Close down
Madsen.
and drive it here. Come on, 5.
And the batter is Max Schumann. Schumann was called out on strikes in the first and popped out to short in the third. Takes up and in for ball 1.
Come on, 5. Hey, close down and drive. Find a gap.
The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball to the right side, and that's under the glove, and there's the first base hit of the ball game for Arcadia.
Come on, Caleb. Come on, 17. Come on, Caleb.
Pinch running for Arcadia, number 13, Tyler Murphy. Now batting, number 17.
Courtesy runner at first base as Tyler Murphy runs for the catcher. And a fly ball out to center field. Gibbons over to his left a ways, and he's got it. And that will retire the side. So the Titans get their first base hit, but leave that runner at first base. And after 4.5, Arcadia trails Saguaro by a score of 3-2. Heart of the order for Saguaro in the bottom of the 5th inning as Chris Akmon takes a curveball from Andrew Naderer for strike 1. The 0-1. A fastball off the handle and into center field. Right center, in fact, and Satran on the run. makes the catch. That one came off the bat. It looked like it might get down, but Santran speedy out there in center field. He closes ground in a hurry and makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 15, first baseman Reed Austin.
Now Reed Austin, who singled in the first, reached on an error in the third. And a fastball from Naderer high for ball one. 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Arcadia. 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for Saguaro. Popped up right side and caught by the second baseman McKinnon for out number 2. And talking about maybe miscommunication or well, the dropped pop-up back in the second inning for Saguaro playing defense. I said that Coach Dunleavy disagreed. He was sitting a couple of rows in front of me as Morris fouls that one out of play, and talked to him between innings. And he said they worked on it yesterday with his team. Kind of that same situation. It was the same time of day, and the sun a lot different as Morris lifts one out to left field. That's going to get back and over the left fielder's head, and Reynolds will have to play it on a bounce, and it'll come into second base, and it's a double for Matt Morris. His second hit of the day, his 4th double, make it his 5th double of the season. It's a 2-out double, and the batter is John Nimtz.
Now batting for Saguaro, number 5, third baseman John Nimtz.
But basically he was saying that he agreed with me as far as the communication goes, but as far as who had the better play there, he thought really that it should have been the second baseman to come in and try to take that play. As the curveball is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Nimtz 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the first, but what he was saying is that late tail changed the angle enough to where Morris had to kind of turn his head and look right up into the sun, where the second baseman would be looking a little bit away from the sun. Fly ball to center field will end the inning. SaberCats get a 2-out double, but leave the runner at second. We put 5 in the books here at Saguaro High School, with the SaberCats still leading Arcadia by a score of 3-2. Middle third of the order for the Titans in the 6th inning. Andrew Butler fouls the first one out of play on the first base side. And it's strike 1. Butler, Roberts, and Scannell for the Titans in the 6th. And a couple of defensive changes for the SaberCats as Michael Bloom has taken over in right field. Chris Akmon has moved from right field to first base, and that temporarily anyway knocks Reed Austin out of the lineup. Austin getting loose in the bullpen, so he'll be the first guy out if the SaberCats need to go to the bullpen, and it will depend on what happens for sure here in this inning. 2-1 now on Butler. Allenn Madsen, 5 innings, 2 runs, but only 1 earned, 1 hit. Pitch on the corner, a strike. Seven strikeouts and 3 walks. Madsen 80 pitches coming into the inning as the next one is outside 3-2, so that's pitch, unofficially anyway, pitch number 85 for Madsen. The 3-2 and a fly ball hit pretty well out to center field, but Gibbons played at the right depth over to his left a few steps and brings it in for out number 1.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 9, Michael Roberts.
And brings up Michael Roberts. And Roberts a line drive, and that's caught by the third baseman, John Nimtz. Dives to bring in the line drive, and he takes a base hit away.
Now batting for Arcadia, number 11,
Now 2 away.
Michael Scannell.
Michael Scannell, the first baseman, bats. He reached on an error in the second and was called out on strikes in the 4th. Popped up first base side. Madsen with a chance to get out of the Sixth inning, he does. Just a 7-pitch inning for Madsen, and that probably will give him an opportunity to come out and start the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Saguaro still leads Arcadia 3-2. Bottom third of the order for the SaberCats. Turner Lace going after the first one, and that takes a bad hop, and it's off the shortstop, and the SaberCats get the leadoff hitter aboard. We talked about it a little bit in the 4th inning. Lace reached on an error in the 4th, and Saguaro was not trying to bunt him around. We'll see if that play changes here in the 6th inning as Dakota Ristad will pinch hit. Now the bunt shown but late, and now a throw behind the runner, and he gets back. Boy, if you're up there to sacrifice, you want to get squared around, get the bat out in front, get the ball down. Even if everybody in the park knows you're doing it, that's the plan. You got to get the bunt down. Naderer shakes off the first sign, now sets. Looks over at the runner at first base. And the 0-1. A little better, but still, I think, late getting the bat out there, and it's bunted foul. And now Ristad will have to, presumably anyway, swing away. Naderer has done a good job of getting the leadoff hitter out. He's done it in 4 of 6 as the pitch is high and it's 1-2. But again, it was Lace that reached on an error in the 4th inning to start the 4th. And he's on an error again here in the 6th inning. The 1-2 with a runner going, a late swing and a miss. And that'll work there as Saguaro gets the runner to second base. So Lace able to steal the bag. Ristad with a very late swing there to try to keep that catcher held down. And now the SaberCats have a couple of chances to get a runner in from second base. Shane Stansbury, the first guy to have a shot at it. He takes high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Runner at second and 1 out, bottom of the 6th. SaberCats leading by a score of 3-2. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And that's punched. If it's fair ball, it's trouble. It's down for a base hit. Runner's going to be waved around third base. The throw will go to second, and Stansbury in trouble at second base. And out at second, but the run is in. And that's a big insurance run for the SaberCats in the 6th inning as Stansbury delivers an RBI single, his second hit of the day, and RBI number 4 on the season as Lace scores. And then Stansbury thrown out for the second out, trying to stretch that single in to a double. And now Anderson with a ground ball and an easy play at second. The throw a little bit low, but picked out over there at first base. And it turns into a pretty quick 6th inning, but a productive one for the Saguaro SaberCats as they get an unearned run with a base hit and an error and nobody left. We go to the 7th inning. It's Saguaro 4 and Arcadia 2. Bottom third of the order for Arcadia in the 7th, and they'll face a new pitcher as Reed Austin is on to pitch for Saguaro. McLean, Cornish, and Reynolds, barring any changes for Arcadia here in the 7th inning. Another one up and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
Pitching for Saguaro, number 15, Reed Austin.
So Reed Austin on the pitch here. That is just one of several changes for Saguaro. Chris Akmon is back in right field. Another one up and in, 3-0. John Nimtz moves from third to first. Turner Lace from second to third. And Nick Lagusis is the new second baseman for Saguaro. So that was the big decision coming to the 7th inning here, and some talk about it in the grandstand and so forth as to whether or not Allenn Madsen would come out to start the 7th inning. He put up great numbers in the ballgame. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 2 runs, 1 earned. As that one is over for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, unofficially 87 pitches for Madsen. But Rita Austin called on to try to close this one out for the SaberCats. And a pop-up, and it's Nimtz in foul territory. Does a great job there. He couldn't see it, but he's looking up into that sunshine, and he's using that big first baseman's mitt to shield his eyes from the sun. And in foul territory makes the play, and that's a big out there as Austin came in and fell behind 3-0, got one over for a strike, and then got a kind of a bad swing there and a pop-up for the first out. Now Gary Cornish, the right fielder for the Titans. Didn't miss by much, just inside for a ball. Cornish, an RBI fielder's choice in the second, a strikeout in the fourth. Austin 0-1 on the season, an ERA of 15, 2/3 of an innings of work, 4 hits allowed, 4 walks, and a strikeout. There's a ground ball. Morris charges, Fields throws, and that's in time, and that is out number 2. So Cornish grounds out, and the Titans down to their final out here in the 7th inning, and the batter is
Now batting for Arcadia, number 13,
new batter here, in fact.
Tyler Murphy.
It is Tyler Murphy. So Murphy had come out before as a courtesy runner, but now he bats for the first time. Murphy 4 for 8 on the season, 500 average, 2 doubles, 2 RBI. And he'll take the first one from Austin for strike 1. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th inning, and Arcadia trailing Saguaro 4-2. The 1-strike pitch, and that's foul to the backstop, and it's 0-2. Allenn Madsen really settled down in his last 3 innings. 9 of 11 retired in that stretch of 11 hitters, 1 hit and 1 error. No walks in his final 3 innings of work. The 0-2, that's outside for a ball as the Titans are down to their final strike here in the top of the 7th inning. A big unearned run for the SaberCats in the top of the bottom of the 6th rather. And a breaking ball, didn't miss by much. Austin thought he might have had it there as he took a couple of steps toward the SaberCat dugout. The 2-2. And a slow tapper, that's foul on the third base side. Well, if Murphy can reach, Brendan Satran awaits in the on-deck circle. And a pitch foul to the backstop. So Murphy staying alive here. He's fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th inning. Another big PowerPoint game on the line here. Saguaro will be right back at it tomorrow. They'll have a 3:45 first pitch over at Shadow Mountain High School, and then that's it for the week